G'day, battlers. We see you out there doing everything you can for your family and friends. And we see where you've been living.
I only sleep in it, really.
I can say it because Dad's not here. It's horrific and it needs a lot of love.
And this is where we come in.
We've been lucky in our time with some opportunities that we've got, but we know what it's like to struggle.
Norm and I grew up battlers, and we're bloody proud to say we still are.
Being a battler is not a bad thing, though. It's kind of like a way of life. It means you appreciate people and life and love. It just means you're a bit low on coin.
Like 90% of Australia, pretty much.
We'll give everything a crack.
You're on the block.
And we want to give other battlers a break because everyone deserves a special space to call home.
It's about bloody time a battler had a break. It's about time that a battler was able to put their beautiful, you know, worn feet on some gorgeous vinyl tiles.
And we want to show you how you could do it on a budget.
So we're doing something that no one has seen before. We are giving this house a makeover for $10,000.
Yep, $10,000 for an entire house. And we're going to do it in 5 days.
Oh my God, look at this jungle.
We got 5 days to do this. The only way we can do it is with friends, family, a lot of blood, sweat and tears. That's all it comes down to.
It won't be easy, but it'll be a whole lot of fun. I promise, Normie. Trust me.
I'm seriously losing me.
This is Budget Battlers.
Who would have ever thought $10,000 to finish a house?
Exactly, who would have thought? Whose idea was 10 grand?
Mine.
Residents of the Gippsland town of Merbau North, hardest hit by Tuesday's wild storm, are calling for more help as they struggle to clear the debris.
16 properties have been identified as uninhabitable.
Hey, Jess. My hometown of Merbau North, down in Victoria, got absolutely smashed by a storm. They're calling it a tornado. It took out 17 houses. Maybe there's someone there that we could help out, or I will definitely come down. I have a couple of awesome builder mates down there that would chip in, and I know a few locals. Up to you, but I'm just throwing it out there. I reckon it'd be really nice to go down there and help out.
And just like that, Budget Battlers was heading to Merbau North. This small regional town in Victoria has a population of 2,263 people, and one of them is Sandra.
Well, it's the second house we've built, so did most of the first one myself, so I knew I could do it all myself, and limited funds being a single mother, and yeah, so you just work at it bit by bit.
Bit by bit indeed. Sandra has been chipping away on her house as an owner-builder for over 15 years. She finally got it all certified just a few years ago, and then early this year, the storm hit. Unfortunately, Sandra is no stranger to adversity. She lost everything in the bushfires in 2009 as well. And like many of the amazing battlers we meet, Sandra is always there for her friends and family, just like they are for her.
She certainly has helped me over the years, yep, through some hard times, yeah, and vice versa. So definitely what friendship should be, through good and bad.
And throughout it all, she has done everything she can for her boys.
Growing up, you know, it was always football, and then a bit later on we started racing motorbikes, and she took us all around Australia racing the Australian titles.
I had 3 jobs at one stage. I had the herb farm going and I was working at the supermarket 3 days a week, and then coming home on the weekends after market and closing the pub up.
She put in the hard yards with us racing bikes, and she kept us going solo, you know.
Wonderful mum, wonderful grandmother, loves her grandkids.
One of the toughest things for Sandra is she hasn't been able to have her grandkids over for months, with the house being uninhabitable. And by the sounds of what's happened, it's lucky she's alive.
I was in the house when it hit. I was sitting over at the kitchen table and the storm was hitting these glass windows here. So I picked up the little dog and I ran into the ensuite. And once I got there, I thought, oh my God, how did I get outside? Not realising that the roof was gone.
It's just ripped the whole roof off, and a heap of the brickwork and all the plaster, all her furniture, just everything she's ever built and created in the last 15 years has just been ripped away in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's the worst part, I think. Just those personal things. Yeah, lots of memories.
She was devastated. You know, she's worked hard to get what she's got, and to see it be demolished in front of your eyes is just devastating.
She was a mess. Yeah, I haven't seen her like that for a long time. We will rebuild and get her back on track.
With no insurance, it was going to be a hard road. Sandra received some help from a government grant and used whatever funds she had left to get a roof back on the house to save it from any more water damage. But there is an absolute mountain of work to be done to get this house back to a home. Budget battlers, it's go time.
What's going on here, people?
Well, we probably should tell you why we're here. First of all, can we give a big round of applause for Sandra? And the reason why we're giving you a round of applause, Sandra, is because we know that people have some bad luck. And we know that some people just keep fighting and never complain about it. We also know sometimes tornadoes rip people's houses apart.
They do, indeed.
But they never complain about it. And they never ask for
I wouldn't say that, but...
And it's people like you that have people like this that go, we are going to...
We're going to renovate your house for you this week while you're gone. Because these people here have dobbed you into us to come and fix your house. And they're staying here to give us a hand while we do it.
I know, I'm pretty sure I know which one's dobbed me in.
4 months of you having to live in your van in 5 days. I don't know bloody how. But you're going to have a home, Sandra.
It's quite overwhelming. Yeah, seeing people, you know, throw themselves into helping me, especially after the storm. It was quite overwhelming because I'm not really used to that.
Oh, I'm going to have to make some calls, I reckon. I don't know, I haven't seen you guys work, but I've got a few mates that owe me a couple of favours. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Let's make this joint look like a bomb. The bomb.
We live for this. This is why we started Budget Battlers, and this is why we're doing it. 5 days, 10K. Let's finally give Sandra some good news. Let's bring her home.
Hold on to your mangoes. This is going to be one hell of a ride. But at the end, you won't believe it, and we won't either. But this is what Sandra is going to come home to. Yep, we got a lot to do. Day one is an early start, and it has to be if we have any chance of getting done what we want to get done. Here's the plan. The biggest job on this project, and she's a monster, is the ceiling.
Well, the bones are good, but we've got to reline all the ceilings.
We got to get one thing straight right away. We're not counting the ceiling cost in our budget. Most houses we tackle on Budget Battlers already have ceilings. This one obviously doesn't. There's a $12,000 expense straight up. Luckily, the legends at James Hardie have got our back for this one and have supplied their Hardie groove board sheeting to make this whole project happen. Norm and the team still have to get it up, but at least we have a hope of getting Sandra back in the house. Resistant to fire, termites, rot and damage from moisture, plus we'll give the house the modern country feel Sandra loves.
And it'll actually look better than plaster too, I reckon, with the lines in it.
Yeah.
Now, a ceiling this big would normally take a couple of weeks, but in classic Budget Battler fashion, we've allowed 2 days. We'll get Sandra's master bedroom back in action, replacing the water-damaged walls and lights. The ensuite and the master bathroom will also get some love with new tiles from Beaumont Tiles. Before we made our way down to Merbu North, I dropped into the Smithfield clearance outlet and picked up a whole heap of discounted tiles. DIYers, first-timers and pros alike will have an absolute field day there. Here they are now. The guest bedroom and laundry will be brought back to life with some hard work and some great products from Kogan.
Kogan have kindly donated a bed, a pet feeder, and a mattress. They're real comfy.
Nice.
Oh, it's got wheels.
And what will be the biggest transformation is the kitchen, the extent of which depends on who Dan can wrangle in to help us. But it'll be unrecognisable and within budget. With a new heater and new floors, the space will once more feel like Sandra's home. There's a lot to do though. I feel like we're going to need some extra hands.
If you want to climb a mountain, you have to cross a few valleys. We're in a valley at the moment. Big one.
Here comes our heroes. A more dramatic introduction than the boys would probably like, but they truly are heroes, and we love them. Tim Munker, true to his word, has come back to his hometown to help out. And he's called up his best mates from the area, Lee and Lords.
Lords, how are you, mate? Good, mate.
And he's giving us the week.
None of these guys even know Sandra and volunteering their time just because they like to help out. What a bunch of bloody legends. And to help on the styling front, we've got someone who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. It's none other than the gorgeous Petty Fleur. From the Real Housewives of Melbourne, property developer, stylist, and used to the kind of budgets that would make your butt cheeks tighten, Petty Fleur is a long way from her city penthouse, but in true budget battler style, she's ready to go, I think.
I'm in trouble.
But the gorgeous thing about Petty Fleur is when she heard about Sandra, she volunteered her time for free. So it just goes to show, even if you wear Chanel earrings, you're still a budget battler underneath.
Glue, glue, and more glue. I can't tell you enough.
We've already met Sandra's son Dan and best friend Tan.
I did break my wrist falling off the bark. I was trying to do Coyote Ugly. It was ugly. It just ended up.
And this is Joy, another great friend of Sandra's, an absolute character. There'll be a bunch more legends dropping in along the way. And what everyone has in common is they want to help Sandra and call in any and all favours they can to make that happen.
The cabinet maker's turned up. He's going to do the
What do you
cabinet.
mean he's turned up? We don't have a cabinet maker.
15 minutes ago, Dan rang his mate who's a cabinet maker. And he's turned up already.
Oh, Ruben the cabinet maker, what a legend. He was going to do some paperwork when Dan called and thought, yeah, why not? And here he is. We talk him through our dream kitchen for Sandra and he's on the case.
If you could do that, that'd be fantastic.
Oh my goodness, what a ripper.
Lifesaver.
Right, easy, that's all.
The most important job of the entire site is about to kick off.
Jess, I know this is $3,000, but this is
I love
the
those
bed head
things.
that I'm thinking about.
Yeah, they're flash.
Do you love?
Yeah, the budget version of that, which looks
Yeah.
just as good, and I reckon even better, is
What?
full noodles. I've seen it on the internet, never really tried it myself.
Hang on.
So what you do
Oh, okay.
is you chop this down
In half
in half, roll her out,
and glue.
hot glue it on there.
Oh, I see, I see. So what's going to happen is we're going to have this lovely little curvy...
Yeah.
I love it!
And then you upholster
oh my God,
it.
I love
And then
it!
you upholster it with your flash
Oh my
fabric.
gosh.
Well, I leave that one with Petty Fleur. I head into town to grab our paint and benchtop product. On the way in, the roads are still getting cleared, 4 months after the storm. Another reminder of our job at hand, and Peter from Crowies is here to help.
I want to make the bench tops look like they're concrete.
Yep.
I love Crowies because they always have the best advice.
So this is what we've got in mind, Jess.
Yep.
Vinyl plates, so what you can do is you can sand it back and make it look a little bit flatter, more like concrete.
Yeah.
Go well with the Lexicon heart.
And I'd be able to make that into a bench top. That's
Yes, absolutely. Okay?
Love ya.
No problem.
I return to site with paint and product, but most importantly, sausage rolls. Would you like a sausage roll while we're waiting?
No.
Entree while we're waiting for the...
I don't want a full one, I'll have half of one.
Yeah,
Are they
I'm
all
half
done?
then, Norm.
Just can I have it for a minute?
We've had a good first day, and everything seems to be going pretty smooth so far.
Well, we're going to try and get the heater in tonight, that's the plan. We'll see, here we go, so we can spark it up so it's nice and warm at night while we're working.
But when I hear Normie talking about working at night, I know it's not all going to plan.
One section, when we had a system going, was done in about an hour, and then it's all gone to
With Norm spread thin The ceiling isn't going up as quick as we had hoped.
So we need Norm to stop playing around with glue and tiling and help us, or this ain't going to get finished for 3 days.
The whole project hinges off getting these ceilings done.
I do know one bloke that'll probably give us a chop out.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Going well, mate. It's Norm. What's happening? Sun setting day one. Been a big day. Probably haven't got anywhere near as far as we wanted to.
We're a little bit concerned about getting everything up in time.
I was hoping to have the whole living area lined tonight, would have been great. But we've done a lot of other work with battening out bedrooms and that as well. So by lunchtime tomorrow, hopefully we will be up to where we thought we will be. So,
what's the big stress from your side?
My stress?
Yeah, like what do you think?
Working with these people.
We're in Merboo North getting this storm-damaged house back to a home for someone who truly deserves it. When we undertook this project, we were unaware that the date we set for the reveal day is a really difficult day for Sandra. It's the anniversary of her son's death.
Yep, 1997. Jake. And he was killed in a truck accident. He was 13. It's his anniversary next week as well.
She's always struggles on that day.
This makes it even more real for us. We want to create Sandra a new memory for that day. The day she comes home, and we've got 4 days to do it.
Yeah, start of day 2. Let's hope it's a good day.
That's it. Have a go.
Just cut the sheet on the wrong mark. So I'm 50 mil short.
No.
You can't win them all, Normie, but we did have a win with more help turning up. Thank goodness.
Oh, Jesse. Our old mate Jesse Rayburn turns up.
Professional.
Bit going on?
More than I can chew, anyway. Tries to keep a little secret, he's a Tyler, but anyway, he has
He does it,
ways.
he tells everyone.
Nah, he tries to keep the secret.
Oh, the small job just got a bit bigger, didn't it?
Yeah.
It'll definitely be a day. I can't believe that they're going to attempt to try to renovate the house in like a week. I did the block and we do a room a week, but we don't do a whole house in a week, so this is just on another level. I'll go get the tools from the car and we'll get stuck in.
Beautiful, mate. Love your work.
All right, mate. Well, the tiles look good. They've chosen a good tile. It's a 600 by 600 from Beaumont, so it's a good size. Dark colour as well, which I think will suit the theme of the house, being out here in the country.
With Jessie looking after the tiling, Norm can get back onto the ceiling and make a start on the kitchen. And I get started on my side project.
We're going to turn her into a water feature.
A water feature?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we've mentioned it yet, but Merboo North is bloody cold, and we're in the middle of winter. Everything we're doing on these first couple of days is about warming up this space and keeping in that warmth. Another game changer for Sandra is about to begin. Hot wire heating are on site.
We're installing underfloor heating down here, so hot wire underfloor heating, putting it in. It's freezing cold down here this morning. It's about 2 degrees, so I think on a cold winter's morning, the underfloor heating is going to be amazing.
And looky, someone else has turned up.
Oh, yes, Patty Fleur. So last night, Patty Fleur cracked one around the fire.
Oh.
Cameras off. Fast forward 24 hours. Huh? How was the pub last night?
Oh, we got a bit... That was good. Happy?
Patty Fleur's looking pretty teary-eyed the next morning. But look at ya. It's 10 to 9 and you're back on site. That's the budget battler way. She knows the budget battler's spirit, but you're not meant to do it on the first night, you're meant to do it on the last. But to her credit, she rocked up for work the next day. And she went to hell for leather on that full noodle bed. That's what I love about her.
Norm's also got some great news.
Well, I'm going to try to do. I'm going to help you, mate. We're going to set it. Because I need to paint the place.
I know you do.
All right.
Glenn, our painter, has agreed to plaster as well. This is huge. There is no way we would have ever got this done without his help.
3 days, mate, 3 days.
But who's counting?
Oh, tell me about it.
We are, and we're also counting our dollars. Here's what our budget looks like for those playing along at home. Vinyl flooring, tiles and paint are our biggest costs, but will make the most impact. Building materials are also a must. For the styling, we've allowed a good amount, but this could increase if we see that it needs it. I cannot wait to see this $168 bedhead. Depending on who's going to do us a favour for a slab, we've started with a modest budget for catering and beers. And a bit of this and a bit of that will go a long way. There's not much wiggle room, but right now, we're right on the money, $9,988. I did have a little mishap on the way of getting here. After driving 9 hours, I got a flat.
No!
1 a.m. in the morning, had to call Norm to pick me up. As you could imagine, he was stoked.
I'm so sorry.
So add an extra $150 for the tyre. We're in the red, but this is real life, baby.
Thanks, Norm.
It's all going to be worth it though. And just to find out what kind of worth this project is going to bring into Sandra's home, earlier this week we met with real estate agent Gun Alex Jordan to find out.
What do you reckon?
It's got some nice features. You know, I like the warmth of the brickwork. That's all recycled bricks. It's a home that I'm sure looks beautiful when it was once in its best form, but really at the moment unlivable. It'd be somewhere in the $400,000 to $500,000 range, which is similar to what a vacant block of this size would sell for in the area.
And then I tell him we got our eyes set on a full renovation.
On a finished product, when you look at what's selling in the area, you'd be somewhere between $700,000 and $800,000.
A possible $300,000 increase with only a $10,000 investment.
Yeah, that's something that I'm yet to come to terms with. $10,000. What's your time frame?
5 days?
Yeah, 5 days is, for me, is just not enough time. I mean, it takes the support of a community to get it to this. If you look at it from a normal point of view, like getting trades and so on, 5 days just won't happen. But when everyone's willingly giving their time, you know, materials, people coming to the table and being generous, I think it becomes more doable, but still, I would say, highly ambitious.
Well, we're watching our dollars everywhere. Norm and I are staying on site in Norm's caravan so we don't lose any money on accommodation.
Have a look at him.
Look who dropped in.
Dave Franklin.
Hey, Bryce is it. I'm not helping.
I don't know why he chose so...
He doesn't need that entry. I've got the jacket on, mate. Mate, come on.
Dave owes Norm from a job he helped him out with a while back. Good on you, Dave, for coming good, but it doesn't really look like you've got your work clothes on.
All right, you got me. I'll see what I can do.
Like all good landscapers, he's a good delegator.
So I'll get Dwayno, the irrigation sensation, down, mate. So I'll get him down here.
We'll need the extra hands. We also started work on the bench top.
This is gonna happen.
No, unnegotiable, nah.
A contentious point, I was adamant this raised section of the kitchen bench needed to be levelled to open up the space. But as always, everyone's got an opinion.
It's the perfect height.
Shut up, Jessie.
No turning back now.
You got to admit, Norm, it looks better.
It does, actually, and you have got the vote from everyone.
100%.
Thanks, everyone. I'll take that. Now Robin has the island bench and cabinets in, the tops can go down, ready for priming. And while the momentum was looking good, we kick on. And on.
This is the last one.
Oh, my God.
You are an absolute legend.
And on.
Look at this bloke.
And on. Hopefully everyone has enough left in the tank to kick on after this, because we have 3 more long days and 3 more even longer nights.
Morning. Big night last night. Putting down this vinyl plank flooring. Back into it the first thing this morning to try and get the ceiling up. Yeah, this is a massive amount of work. Massive.
And we're off on day 3.
Let's get it, baby. I was planning on going home first thing this morning, but honestly, I woke up and I was like, there's no way. If I don't go back and just finish the grouting and give them a little bit of a hand, they're just not going to finish. So come here first thing, 7 o'clock, grouted all the bathrooms, laundry for them, grouted the fireplace on the hearth, did a little bit of a clean up. So it's just one less thing that Norm and Jess have to worry about.
Now that the building side of things is on track, well, kind of on track, I can get to work on some awesome budget butler hats.
I'm that excited about these chairs. You can do it at home as well. We've got 6 of these chairs for $14. at the second-hand shop. Glenn, the painter, suggested we take the bottoms off them. We're going to sand these up and then paint these shiny black. Put them back on. We've got that beautiful timber finish that's going to match the floors for a beautiful dining set that only costs us $14 plus about $50 worth of paint. Now, I've got to remind you, I am not a professional designer. I'm just an everyday person trying to have a crack at doing things real cheap. So we'll see how it looks, but I think it's going to look a lot better than what everyone's going to think.
These are all the things you can do at home. Just keep in mind what you save on materials you make up for in labour time. This battery-powered chainsaw from Greenworks is unreal and really, really easy to use. Actually, all the Greenworks tools have come in super handy on this project and have been plenty of fun as well. This kitchen sink has already gone through a lengthy cleaning process by Joy. Now, she's ready for priming. Inside, Glenn can prime the bench tops as well. As the guys finally tick off the kitchen living part of the ceiling, they've only got all the rooms to go now. Glenn can also get started on the painting. Gee, he's been a busy boy today. And then our saviour arrives.
Yeah, no worries, Zara will pick it up. I made a new best friend today, Zara, warrior princess.
Zara works at the local food store, and noticing her incredible strength when we picked up some supplies, we invited her to come on out. And here she is. What a legend.
I'm just blown away by the amount of people that turned up today and just helped us, because it was the difference between finishing or not.
While Lee and Norm continue on the ceiling, Tim and Lortz move outside.
That one's good.
Sandra has always planned on making a deck here, sitting right off what will become the pool room. It's the perfect spot for outside entertaining. And what we can see from Sandra's style is she likes it rustic, and rustic is these guys' specialty. Using the beams from the original house that got ripped off in the storm, and with Dan milling the rest of the timber from the local trees also destroyed in the storm, this deck will have a lot of soul and a story to tell. The guys jump on the Greenworks chainsaw and get to work. But they better hurry up.
It's raining tomorrow all day pretty well.
Right, I need to get those sheets under cover somewhere.
Since when do we let a bit of wind and rain stop us? There's still heaps to do.
Hopefully finish the ceiling today. Floor tonight, maybe. Not all of it.
It's still pretty
Still got
scary.
paint.
But we do have some extra hands today. Some volunteers arrived to clear out the greenhouse, and Davis sent out 2 of his troops to give us a hand with the landscaping.
Bit of damage happened here, so just get it all loosened up, chuck some mulch over it, and then we'll be able to plant straight into it. Just something to retain all that soil to stop it from going down.
Norm also gets another chippy.
How you going, Norm?
Simon, how are you,
How are you, mate? What's happening?
Just come to give you a hand. I'm a chippy.
A chippy.
Yeah.
Yes! Monka, we got another chippy.
And Glenn finishes off the bench top.
So we're just going to get us the sand now before we put the final clear coat on. We roll it on and flake it as you go, like you're feeding chickens. So we'll sweep all that off and then we'll sand it smooth and then put a couple of coats of clear over it.
Glenn and I also finish off the sink.
This has just made this old girl look like a $500 plus sink. Normally in a reno, this would be chucked on the dump heap. Petty Fleur, you have spent hours on this.
Yeah, I know, I can see.
Phase 2 is about to begin on the noodle bedhead.
So I'm leaving you with liquid nails, adhesive spray, and a staple gun. The rest is up to Petty Fleur. I can't wait to see what you do with it.
It's going to be amazing.
This morning we got here, it was actually quite mild, and yeah, it's the afternoon now, it's raining, and it's about 5 degrees cooler. We got everything done. Everyone did such a great job.
Meanwhile, I rope in Dan's mate Flemmo to help me out with the water feature.
I've got a job for you.
Yeah, righto.
Can we do it together?
We can do it together, yeah.
I want to turn this into a water fountain.
Yeah, righto. Yeah. What are we going to do?
Now, this is one of those ones that could go either way. It's cheap, but if done right, it'll be really effective. This is Sandra's special lead light door that she has been hanging on to for years. I asked if she trusted me with it and she said yes, so it better work.
Bit of cooking oil, yeah.
And, as with everything on a budget, you got to put the work in to make it happen.
I should see another bloody Renault host do this.
You grab the side.
Yep.
Ready, big lift. Put it in the back.
Whatever you reckon's the best. It's going to hold it the best.
Yeah,
I don't care.
keep going backwards.
Does it fit? We should have sized her up before. What do we do about that?
Nothing, just let it settle, eh?
Lee has also got his hands full, but it looks like he knows what he's doing. These black door handles from Gainsborough will match the fireplace and really set off the spaces. Love them.
There we go. You're a woman of my heart. 4X gold. Look at it. Normie, shower in the can, bro. You're joking.
It really has been 5 days since Norm showered, but there's no point in changing that now. Tim's mum's even popped in.
When's she coming home?
Tomorrow at 10. So we've got a bit to do.
I think so.
And Dan rocks up with Sandra's old pool table. Sandra loves her pool, but after the roof was ripped off, she had to store it at her other son, Tom's place, so it didn't get any more damage. Tom works away and was devastated he couldn't make it for this week, but he'll be happy that the table is back where it belongs. With timber milled by Dan, Tim starts on the front gate. If they get this finished, Sandra's homecoming will really start off special. But if we don't finish the inside, it's going to end terribly. With the ceiling work going overtime, the painting has been held back. Glenn had to leave. Although he did finish the amazing bench tops, far out they look so good. And the last sheet up is a special moment. But all the styling work is yet to be done for the entire house tonight.
Love it? Yeah, it's beautiful, Jess. Tan, you're the one that instigated Sandra to come back to our home. Bloody this carpet mattress is going to finally give her a bed to rest in from the first side.
Oh, absolutely no-brainer. Tonight is going to be an all-nighter. And I can't tell if this is joy that we've almost finished, pain that we've got so much left to do, or just straight-up delirium. All I know is that it's probably all of the above.
Good morning, mate. It's the hardest morning I've ever had trying to get out of bed.
I'm exhausted. Yeah, I am absolutely exhausted. So, big clean up and get into it.
Yeah, it's good.
I love my bed head.
Went home, sick kids all night, so I've had bugger all sleep, and we've got an hour to finish off and clean up, and it's D-Day.
That's about centre there.
Here she comes. Here she comes.
Oh my God, look what they've done. I'm shaking.
Just the look on her face when she's seen the gates. And then I seen the tears. And then I started thinking, this is why we do it, you know, like going over.
I have gates. Oh, how was I feeling when I walked through the gates? Just feeling the generosity of people and the love that's come back. Yeah, just amazing. Yeah. That all these people were here for me. Yeah.
Welcome home, Sandy.
Thank you.
Just seeing everyone there and how happy she was and emotional, and
Happy.
yeah, made me emotional and happy as well. So yeah, it was good. It was awesome.
Beautiful Sandra, you open those gates and that is just the beginning. And that's exactly what this is. It's a new beginning for you. What has happened in the last 5 days has been a labour of love, has been a labour of generosity, kindness, not because they wanted to build a house, but because they wanted to give you a home. And that's what you deserve.
Amazing. You deserve it, love. Thanks, Joy.
From Budget Battlers and from the ones that you love. I guess we should have a look at it.
Yes. It's very humbling.
Welcome home.
To have so many people just turn up, you know.
I love you.
So they decided to do every single day.
Sandra, on behalf of everybody that's going through a struggle, on behalf of everyone that's having a tough time, this is an example that good things happen to good people.
It is.
Open your eyes.
Oh my God. I've got a floor and I've got a ceiling and a heater. Oh, it's a home again.
You are home again.
I'm home again. Thank you so much. Didn't know how I was going to be able to do this.
You don't have to worry about it. It's done.
It's done. Unbelievable.
The painted glen did a sensational
I love
job.
this green too, it's gorgeous.
Oh, thank God we didn't repaint that.
I do.
We nearly repainted it at midnight last night.
No, I love it. You know, it's a funny emotion to walk into a house when you've seen it as a building site and, you know, there's so much left to do. And 5 days later you walk in and it's done and you think, wow, what the hell? The bench tops and the kitchen, the dining table and chairs is beautiful, and brand new heater in there, all cranked up and going. The floor coverings were, you know, I didn't even have floor coverings before. It was just concrete. So, yeah, it's a home again. That's my home. Yep. I can actually sleep at home tonight. What have you done to the sink?
This is your original sink.
Really?
Yes. You wouldn't know, would you?
No.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Looks like a whole new sink, doesn't it?
Now, throughout the week, we got to know your son, Dan, very well.
Yeah.
And he told us that one of your favourite things to do that you do on a regular basis is you like to have your back by the heater while you watch the TV.
Yeah.
So here's your dining table.
Yeah, beautiful.
And here's your new fire. Let's move into your new lounge room.
Yeah.
Petty Fleur has worked her magic in here. I'm not a stylist or a designer.
No, but she is.
She is incredible.
Styling is all about first impression. You walk in and it's all about how you perceive your room. And it's very important for me to give it that wow moment and bring the glamour with the budget.
What we think you're really going to enjoy is
that.
Yeah.
It's back, baby.
It's back. Well done for getting that pool table back, because I thought it was impossible. I just did not think he'd give it up. Got a few disco lights under the shelf over there.
Oh, yeah? Well, be rude not to. It's a party then. Oh, that was an easy one too.
We want to show you the next room. And Jess has put her heart and soul into this room.
Oh, my God.
Sandra has had a really rough year. After finally finishing this house she's been working on for 15 years, a freak storm ripped through Merbau North and blew the roof right off. The event rocked her life and reopened past trauma. Sandra had been living in her shed for 4 months when we met her. Without insurance, it was a really hard one to come back from. With some help from a grant and whatever she had left, she got the roof back on, but it was a long way from being habitable. Well, us budget battlers love a challenge, and this house sure did present with a mammoth task. With the help of family, friends and the community who selflessly and tirelessly kept turning up for 5 days, we were able to get her back to her home. And on this day of all days, unknown to us when planning this week, the reveal day lands on the anniversary of the tragic death of Sandra's son in a truck accident.
On this day, my brother passed away.
Yeah, it's always a hard day, but it's quite nice to have a distraction.
She's always down on this day, and I think this year's a different story. She's happy. We'll have a good afternoon and have a few drinks, and she'll never forget it, for sure. So.
But before that, there's a few more rooms to show Sandra.
And
Open the door handle. Wow. Got a proper bed. Everything.
Lie down. Lie down. Lie down.
Oh. Oh, like this. Oh. Oh. You look comfortable. You look good there. Come on, yeah. It's not very often on Budget Battlers that we show off very rare pieces, but you have a world only, and it will not be replicated.
This is 100% legit.
Yeah. Legit.
There is only one in the world.
Custom made, all noodle Ben head by Petty Fleur.
Petty Fleur's done a wonderful job on the styling, and yeah, good stuff.
There's about 80 hours of Petty Fleur later.
I'm super proud of every single room. All the furniture looked amazing. The boys had done an exceptional job on the painting and the ceilings. Just the height of the ceilings really gave it that beautiful industrial country vibe. You know, like everything that Sandra loved, we were able to deliver to her.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Oh my God! Jess's thinking room. I wouldn't have thought of that. Well, she surprised me. Can't thank you all enough, honestly. It's really beyond what I ever thought would happen with this house.
To walk out on that deck at the end and all the family and friends and everyone was there, I honestly don't think it had kicked in at that stage exactly what has gone on. I think she's that overwhelmed with what's happened and the effort that family, friends, everyone's made, volunteers, people that she doesn't even know have done to this house, and for her to walk in that door and get her back inside and she's got a bed.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you. Cheers. Absolutely, it's made a real difference to my life. It's given my life back. That's what it's given me. I mean, you couldn't ask for more than that, could you? Really? You couldn't ask for more than that, I don't think.
Might have been a tough road, but it's been worth it for the person that's received it.
Thanks, Joy. Yeah. Yeah.
It's what brings us all.
Is that Doug? The plumber?
Don't know who it is.
Is it?
No, I don't know, I can't see.
No.
No.
Is it Doug?
No, I don't know, we can't see.
No,
it's not Doug.
Doug.